Hey, hi, hello. It's the LaSala Show, episode 63. My guest today, Mrs. Allison.
Hey.
Nelson.
Oh, you remember? Hey, what's up?
My question is, okay, we've been working together for maybe 2.5 years, almost 3.
Okay.
You remember me in the early days of kind of showing up a little late, maybe hungover.
Yeah, when you were bar backing.
Maybe not doing the best of jobs, but I was there.
You weren't bad. I didn't think you were bad compared to some.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus.
Nobody.
But what was the overall impression? Just sort of like, and you can totally be honest, and I will not be offended.
See, that's a tough question. I mean, it was a long time ago. My memory sucks. I mean, I think that we got along good. I mean, I thought you were younger than you were. Too.
Right.
That was one of the things I didn't realize your age.
Yeah, I looked like some little dumb white kid, like, oh, this is my first job.
No, you didn't. You didn't look like that. No, it wasn't that bad.
I did have a little bit of gray in my beard.
I didn't notice the gray. But, I mean, some people gray prematurely.
I use a Sharpie, when
you No, a lot of people they have the premature gray thing happening. Lately, I've noticed. Anyway.
What is your favorite part about working at Cafe? Because you have a weird, and I say weird in a good way, because it's so hard to sort of figure it out. I asked you earlier off mic, are you a swinger? Like, do you and your man, like, kind of like switch partners? Is that something y'all are into? Because
no.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the vibe I got.
See, that's the interesting thing, because no, we're not. I'm not a swinger. We don't have an open relationship, nothing like that. And that's why I'm curious, like, where the vibe came from. I mean, I'm a very flirtatious person. And that's something that my husband is too. We just flirt with people, and that's harmless, I feel like, mostly.
Also, I feel like any bartender, you have to have that quality, or else you're not a good bartender.
Right, you have to have some sort of flirtatious vibe, or I guess, sort of, that's just part of the whole bartender experience.
Yeah.
As far as, female bartenders, I feel like.
True.
And that gets you, the better tips, I guess. But
yes,
I mean, I do have, like, a very flirtatious, I guess, personality. And it does help in the bar world, for sure. But I guess that's where the vibe came from.
Yeah, you have to pretend like you care about every single one of the people that are at the bar. But then I remember, like, way back in the day, where there were, like, these 3 bozos that would come in, and one was, like, the dude from the insurrection. One died.
Yeah.
One would give me shit about the Packers, and then
he's the one you're thinking of is we call him Nazi. I'm not gonna say his name, but I just feel like he's a very opinionated. He said that we should have lost World War II, and he's, like, all about, like, all the ideas that Hitler had were the correct ideas, and certain generations, entire generations, deserve to just die on all this stuff. He's he's a fucking nut. And those people, they're aggravating, they're frustrating. You got to deal with them, but
what's the mentality when you're trying to deal with people like that you have to be kind of nice to them, but at the same time, you want them to fucking get the hell out of there, or stick around and just keep paying you money off the Rolling Rock.
Yeah, the tips, honestly, they're not really worth it, because they're just annoying. They're so fucking annoying. But it got to the point where I've worked there long enough, and like seen them enough times where I can be very sarcastic with them, and just like they'll say something to me, and I'm like, nope, I don't even want to no, I'm not going to talk to you about this because it's stupid, it's ridiculous. And they're just very, very fucking aggravating humans. They're just very annoying. I am generally nice-ish to them. I am nice to them. Yep. But, I mean, I have been lately, like, in the past, few months and stuff, I've noticed, or the past few years even, because I've been around them enough, I'm just, like, I can be sarcastic with them, and they laugh it off, because it's like, y'all are, and they almost know that they're annoying, they're just, and so I just give them shit, and they laugh about it, or they give me shit, and I just, throw a quip back at them or something.
It's almost like a dominatrix, where they want to be shit on, or stepped on, or slapped in the face.
I don't know about that so much. They just say really stupid shit. And sometimes, like, they think these jokes that they say over and over are just always so funny. And it's like, you sound like just a dumbass right now. Like, you're not funny at all. And it's like, almost like they beat a dead horse all day long. And I'm like, it's not funny. I don't understand why you think this is funny.
Yeah, so they're at home, like, at 2 a.m, like, I'm gonna tell this to Allison tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. when, or 10:30 in the morning when I want my Rolling Rock.
Right, when I come in for my morning beer.
She's gonna fucking love this.
But then they're like so old that it's like they forget they even say that some of this stuff, and they just
right. Yeah, it's like
it's a repetitive just bullshit, and it's like no, like I'm over it, and so I'll tell them, I'll just be like, no, I'm not interested. It's not funny. Just, like, drink your beer. I have other things to do.
Exactly.
I try and stay busy when they're around.
I'm trying to cut fruit over here.
Right. I'm trying to cut fruit. Stop talking to me. Just try and stay busy so they don't talk to me. It's aggravating.
Have you ever felt genuinely threatened whilst bartending? See, this is a classy podcast.
Yeah, it is. Whilst bartending.
Whilst bartending.
No, I don't think, I can't remember any specific, I've had guys be, like, total assholes to me, and I'm like, whoa. I've even had some women come up to me and, like, they weren't really threatening, they were just pissed off about something, and it's like, all right, calm down. Like, some of it was a bit of an overreaction. A lot of it was, honestly, but no, I don't think, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I've been there for almost 5 years now, and I don't remember ever specifically feeling threatened over there.
Yeah,
I have some people that, like, are just not, like, fucking rude as hell. Like, this one guy, for a fucking DoorDash order, and he was just a dick, and I'm like, calm the fuck down. Your food's gonna come out when it comes out, and that's the end of it. It's like, just chill out.
Yeah,
I'm nicer
like
than that.
You're eating it.
Right, and I'm nicer than that. I'm like, it'll be out in a second, and then I'm like, I'm just not even gonna talk to this dude anymore, because some of them are just really fucking mean. It's like, this is not the right line of work because you're an asshole right now.
Right.
For no reason. Like, it's like, you'd had a bad day, well, fucking clock off or something. Exactly. You don't have to be DoorDashing right now.
Turn the app off.
Turn the app off, yes. But I don't remember, again, I work mostly in the mornings.
Yeah.
Till about 5:30 at the, sometimes 6, depending on how busy it is and all that stuff. But I don't ever remember specifically being, like, feeling threatened or, like, in danger.
Right. And like you said,
there's some weirdos and some stuff. This one guy got punched in the face in front of me, but he kind of deserved it. But I didn't feel threatened. It's like he punched this other guy in the face right in front of me. It was just something that...
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever felt specifically unsafe. But also we have the cooking staff and all those people. Ken, he's a big dude. He can walk out and be like, "Hey, you want to fuck with me? Here's my backup if you want to fuck with me." Right. Yeah. So I feel, I don't know, that makes me feel safe. Like, generally there's a cook or somebody or bar back or whatever there that it's like, if they come out, it's like, I have backup. If you're gonna try and get violent or threatening, I have people to back me up and kick you the fuck out if necessary.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I don't think I've ever felt, like, threatened.
What? Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from Slidell, Louisiana, which is...
It's like right by New Orleans?
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes from New Orleans. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes from here.
Okay.
That's where my family... That's where I grew up, and then I moved here for school in 2007, and I've been here ever since.
Okay, and Is cafe the only bar you've worked at?
Yeah, it's only bar. Well, yeah, that's only bar I've ever worked at, yeah.
So you used to be a waitress, maybe?
I've done a bunch of jobs. I was...
A carpenter, probably?
Yeah. No. I haven't done any of that stuff, no. I take it back. Obviously, but I've done... when I was in college, I was a host. I did serve. I was a server in places. I've been a hostess at places, and like at Roots Chris, I was a hostess and I was a server assistant. That's where I met Peter, my husband. And then I've worked in, like, they call it a flow team leader in Target. In Target, I managed 30 some odd people, and I didn't enjoy that job at all. I had to be there at 5:00 in the morning, which that's one thing. Okay, fine. But 30 people ranging from 18-year-old boys to 60-year-old women and everything in between. God. There was always a conflict there at some point or another. It was the north side. It's like the Louisiana Avenue Target. It wasn't the one on Ambassador. It was the other one. Because the one on Ambassador actually ran like clockwork. That place, they handled their shit. But our store didn't even have a general manager when I started.
Yo, so, okay, funny story.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just going over all
No. I'm getting back to this.
Okay.
But my girl loves to go to the north side one.
Why?
I have no idea, but that's her
preference.
Her preference, yes. And you know what? It is easier to get there.
It is. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
Like, if you know my location right now. But, I prefer the south side.
It's bigger.
Just because I can go, like how to get to Reds from here. Like, you're driving through Brentwood or whatever, and you take, it's just mindless driving.
Yeah.
Whenever you go down fucking Louisiana Avenue, all of a sudden, shit gets weird.
Shit gets weird over there. Yeah.
And so I can understand where you're coming from with that.
Having to be there at 5:00 in the morning too. I mean, it was like
where some people are just getting back home.
Yeah, right. Or like I'm in an empty parking lot because I'll get there before like my boss got there, and he's the one who had the keys. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit in this empty parking lot by myself for a little while until he gets there. Yeah, this is fun. Awesome.
Yeah. No, I totally understand it. And it's more of like a like, obviously you don't want to factor race into it at all.
No. Right.
But you just said that Target sucks.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Honestly, and it's not even, it has nothing, it's the people that worked there, as far as like what I saw, like my team, I hate to say it, it's just that there were a lot of people that worked there, and it's like their work ethic was like not there. It was like garbage, or wasn't much, it's like they didn't really give a shit. Also, and that was something that I noticed, because I did train for a couple days at the Target on Ambassador, and it just seemed like the employees there seemed happier. They seemed like they knew what they were doing, and they were determined to get shit done. And then the one on the north side, and it doesn't matter, like race doesn't factor into that part at all. It's just the people there. Like, maybe I don't really give as much of a fuck as the people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just a little less fucks, I guess.
Actually, so this controller right here, I had to go and return one of my controllers to said Target. Mm-hmm. And the guy that was in charge of returns was this, like, bushy-haired... I don't know if you've seen this trend with these little white boys. But you could tell it was, like, his first job ever. Mm-hmm. And he was like... so what's wrong with the controller, bro? And I was like, it's just not working. I want to get a new one. And he was like... Yeah, bro, I fucking feel you.
He was clearly...
He was definitely stoned.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, which, that's fine. Just try to hold it back a little bit.
Maybe, yeah. Even just the tiniest bit. Yeah, because it's fine. Go ahead and get stoned, but it's like if you can, as long as you can function at work.
Yeah.
Cool. But in that case, it was very obvious, and it's like, all right, dude.
Yeah. I mean, so...
Yeah.
There's no difference. It's just, I don't really like that part of town.
I don't either. I mean, but then there is a difference, though. In my, as far as, like, my perspective, it was, like, you know, working there, the work ethic was different. I could tell. I went from where I was to where, you know, to the other Target, which they just had shit running better.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, after I quit after I was there for a little, like maybe about a year, and I left, and the GM that was there got fired 2 weeks later. Their turnover for like general managers was high, and so I was like, well, I guess they don't have a whole lot of, I don't know, the authority wasn't there. I guess I don't know.
Also, now that I'm thinking about it, so it's right by the interstate. Mm-hmm. So you may have just like some random degenerates. It's like, oh, yeah, there's a Target right here. Oh, look,
Target, road trip, and it's like, oh, here, Target, let's stop.
I can drive 30 minutes or, you know, God forbid 30 minutes.
No, right off the interstate. Yeah, not 30 minutes. You can see it from the interstate.
But you can come from bumfuck whatever and just work at Target. And
oh, you're saying working there. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so Slidell to Lafayette.
Yeah, and I was...
How did that happen?
Oh, I went to school, UL. I graduated
You wanted to be a Raging Cajun.
Well, originally I was thinking I wanted to go to Tennessee. They're the volunteers.
The volunteers, dude?
Yeah, the vols, the volunteers. I was like, no, I didn't end up doing that. I was like,
did you just love the color orange and white?
No. I don't know. I don't know what my deal was. I really wanted to go to Tennessee. I don't know why. But I was like, okay, realistically, it's probably better for me to go to, you know, UL. It's not that much further away. I'm still in the same state. Also, the scholarship, you know, I had
You had a crush on Peyton Manning.
No. Peyton Manning? Oh, but wait. No.
Didn't he go to Tennessee?
I don't know. Did he?
Keep talking.
Maybe he did.
I have to look it up.
No, but it had nothing to do with that. But his whole family was from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. So, they're all New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleanians. That's what it's called, actually, as far as I know. But anyway, yeah, I came here for school, and I graduated, and I just stuck around. My brother was here, too, and he had a daughter, and I was helping.
Dude, I was right.
Oh, yeah, he was an orange. He was a volunteer, whatever, however they say.
I thought I was just...
making things up. No, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I had no idea. But
that had nothing to do with it.
No, that didn't factor into my wanting to go there. Honestly, I don't really know what my fascination was. I mean, I guess I just wanted to get out of the state was my thought.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
But and I was like, Tennessee is fun, probably. I don't know, but anyway,
it has a cool shape. If you look at it on the map, it looks like kind of like a burrito.
It does kind of, doesn't it? Yeah. I have an aunt that lives there too, but not that would have mattered. I mean, I don't know if I would have.
I mean, Nashville is lit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't even know where is like University of Tennessee though. Where is it exactly? Do you even know? I don't know.
Go ahead and take a guess.
It's in. Is it? I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like a dumbass because I don't remember. I mean, no, that was a long time ago, though. I will say.
I'm not going to look it up. You can look at my search history. I'm going to say it's not in Nashville. It's like some bullshit city. Fuck. It's like on the tip of my tongue. What is that?
That is where it is. Okay, that's.
It is in Nashville?
No, it's not. No, it's where my aunt lives.
Let me guess.
Okay, it's not Nashville though. No, it's close. It's similar, and that's where I thought it was because my aunt lived there, but I didn't want to say it out loud until I knew. It's not a very well-known city, really. Well, I mean, I guess it is if you.
Dude, I claim to be a sports fan. I should know this shit, but.
Yeah, where are the Vols? Isn't that what they called
The
them?
Volunteers.
It was the Volunteers, but I thought they called them the Vols.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
It starts with a K, if that helps.
Knoxville.
Yep.
Boom.
There you go. I was like, it's not. It's yeah. Good job. Good job. It starts with a K.
It was on the
K.
tip of my dick. I knew it.
On the tip of your dick, huh? It's funny because I was like, I think I knew where it is just because that's where my aunt lives, but I wasn't 100%. I was like, I'm not gonna say it because I felt stupid. But
no,
anyway,
I wanted to get it right. Anyway, so
you did.
Why Raging Cajuns, and what did you major in?
I majored in public relations. I came here and I started in advertising.
Okay.
And then I switched over to public relations, which was very stupid. I could have double majored by the time I was graduating. I didn't think, hindsight's 2020. I didn't think about it. I shouldn't have. I thought that the advertising credits would transfer over, like a lot of them would transfer over to PR, but
yeah.
they didn't. I was in school for another 2 years.
It feels like those two majors like
are
intersect.
kind of, yeah, right? Exactly. That's my thoughts. And I was like, okay, maybe it would kind of open up my options a little bit. This is very boring, I feel like. But anyway, it put me back 2 years. So I was 2 years longer in college than I originally planned.
Hey, look, you know what? I was smoking weed in the piano room at Angel Hall. And I never graduated, and guess what? We both work at the same place. So
no, exactly. And that's why I feel like it's just kind of a waste of money for me, honestly. It was just, and now I just have a lot of student loans.
I was about to say,
that's exciting.
How about our student debts, though?
Yeah, they're fun. They're so fun.
All right, so
but I moved on. I stayed here because my brother was here, my niece was here, and then I ended up I kind of lost touch with all of my friends back home. I just did. I just lost touch with all of them, and so
that usually
I had
happens.
a lot of friends here, and then I met my husband here, and it's just like this is kind of where my home ended up. I just ended up staying here, and I enjoy it. So.
All right, well, let's get to the real questions.
Okay.
This is the meaty part of the podcast.
The meaty part, yeah.
And then I'm going to punch you in the face and make you leave my house.
Oh,
but
I get punched in the face. Oh my God. Exciting.
Do you pee in the shower?
I have.
Do you brush
I have before. Yeah.
But you don't make like a...
No, it's not like I don't regularly pee in the shower.
But if you have to...
I will.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
No.
What was the grocery store that you all went to when you were growing up?
I don't remember. When I was growing up?
Yeah, like when your mom would take you to the grocery store. What was...
Winn-Dixie, maybe? That was a long fucking time ago. I want to say that, but I don't even think that's true. I don't think that's right. And I'm trying to remember. I just know that Winn-Dixie was around back then. And I know we had gone to it before, but I don't...
Like Piggly Wiggly?
No.
Albertsons?
I don't think so. I go to Albertsons now.
Yeah,
but I feel like I didn't...
Same here.
Yeah, there are a lot of them around here. But I feel like... Well, maybe not a lot. There's 2 that I know of. But...
Oh, there's a third one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll show you.
a sneaky third one somewhere. I don't know.
First pet.
My first pet. I think it was Maggie. It was a Cocker Spaniel mix. She was a mutt. She was a mixture of things, but I know she was a Cocker Spaniel because she used to pee all the time. Like she had a problem with her bladder.
Yep.
And Cocker Spaniels supposedly are known for that. She was a mixture of the two, but she like of that and some other shit. I don't even know. But I just remember my parents were like, she has to be an outside dog because she peed all over everything. Her name was Maggie.
Did they give you the excuse, oh, she went to the farm, she's having a great life?
No.
Or did they fucking shoot her?
They didn't shoot her. No, she ended up going to my grandpa lives in Texas. He lives in Point, Texas, which is in the middle of... Oh, that's where that is. The eclipse went right over his property.
Yes,
I have kick-ass pictures. I'm going to show you some pictures. They're fucking awesome.
It was in like the top 10 of all the places to go.
It was... Oh, yeah, it was fucking crowded. But my grandfather, like, the fucking eclipse went right over his property. And he lives on the lake, on Lake Tawakoni, if you know where that is.
No.
Okay. Well, he lives right there, and he's got a log cabin. Anyway...
it sounds made up.
Well, it's not.
I know
really
it's
cool.
not, but it sounds made up.
Look at this. Look at these pictures, dude. Look at these pictures. 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 Look at Those are just pictures of the sun leaving.
God damn.
They're awesome. I know. No one can see this, but
no, this is gonna be the episode page.
Look.
Jesus
This is
Christ.
before.
It looks like.
This was before I put the glasses that we got over the lens of my camera so I could take pictures of it like this. And you can see it. Some of them are better than others. And then I didn't need the freaking lens for this picture. I could see that I could just look straight at it because it was the full eclipse, the full fucking thing.
That looks like a damn eyeball.
But it's the freaking moon over the sun. And then, honestly, I took one from far away. But this was probably the best one. This one's dope. And this one, and you can see they were talking about that. They even talked about this on the news.
The little sun flare.
The little sun flare. It's like that. They're like the red dot. I was like, I fucking have it. I see it like on my phone. I got it on my phone.
Send me that.
But this is my favorite. Oh, and this is like what it looked like. It was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and it was like dark like this.
That's the weirdest shit in the world too.
That's my favorite fucking shot though. Like these where the moon is going over. It's like I couldn't look at it straight on, but my fucking phone got some great shots of this eclipse. Like as it's like leaving, like the sun's right behind it. I mean, look how fucking cool that is. You can see the outline of the moon. I'm sorry, I just think it's awesome.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
All right, so
I want to say yes. Look at those are the shadow. It's a crescent.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the shadow's a crescent.
I did see it was actually like moving in real time, and it looked like a bunch of fucking like little turtles and shit.
Yeah.
Running around, but it wasn't turtles. It was just light.
It was just light. Yeah, I have one. What was like a partial eclipse at my grandmother's house a few years ago, and I have where you can see these crescents, but like the wind was blowing, and so it was like moving the tree, and it like made the ground almost look like it was sparkling and stuff. Yeah. But this is like this is like happy face, right?
Yeah.
Like the crescent shadow, and then it was over. Why can't I get to it? What the hell?
Well, it looks like a bunch of cat hair.
Yeah. Yeah, right? And then when it was over, look, it was the other direction, and it looks like mounds. You remember the first direction was like a smiley face. And this, like from like happy faces to frowny faces. It's kind of like, anyway, it was really cool. And then I have the pictures afterwards too. Like,
well,
anyway,
send me your favorite one, and that's gonna be the episode page.
Okay. But what was I getting
Do aliens exist? And what's next?
I think aliens exist, but I don't know. I feel like they're just too far away. I have to believe. I mean, the universe is huge, and I feel like they're just so far away that there's no way to contact us.
So then how do you explain all of these alien encounters and...
I don't know, honestly. I don't know how to explain it. Because I feel like maybe, but I feel like there would be more happening if aliens really did touch base with this planet. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like, okay, we all fucking... I don't know. They keep it a secret, but it's like... I don't know. It just seems a little ridiculous.
Also, it feels like everyone who's had...
I don't know. It's not ridiculous, because I believe in aliens. I just feel like it's... Some of it's kind of a joke. People make jokes, but, it's like, I don't know.
And they always get the worst people who's like, oh, I saw him. He came. They're
unreliable. They sound unreliable. It's like, how am I supposed to believe it? You sound like just talking about anything. It's like, you sound like kind of a nut to begin with. Like, forget about the aliens for a second.
Let's talk about your life, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about your life for a second and see. Yeah.
Trashiest shit you've ever done in your life. Oh.
Who was that?
That's Romeo.
It's like barking. Oh, he's a frog. I thought you just had a lizard in there.
I have 3 frogs and 3 lizards in there.
Oh, damn, and they all get along?
Oh, yeah.
And then you got this big old guy over here.
That's the chameleon, little Jerry. And then there's a gigantic frog in there, but...
Oh, damn, he's big.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's a huge...
Australian tree frog.
He looks like a freaking rock. A giant rock in there. Damn.
Yeah. So we got...
Wow. He is a big guy, for sure. That's a small cage for... Well, I guess it's just him in there.
Nah, but he wants to... Can you shut the fuck up?
Sounds like a dog. Sounds like a dog barking in there.
Yeah. He's horny.
Oh, is that what that means?
That's what he's trying to attract a mate.
Oh,
But
and there's one in there for him?
There's no...
There's none.
It's all males.
Oh,
It
so
sucks.
no.
I
Aw,
wanted
poor
them
guy.
to have babies, and I had this little thing for them.
Ready
like,
for them to have babies.
You know, but
little
never
tadpoles.
worked out. And
No,
actually,
all male.
that big motherfucker ate one of the frogs.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
cannibal.
that's why we had to put him in a different cage.
Because he's a big giant motherfucker. We're gonna eat all the rest of them. Probably the lizards too. He's so
Australian.
big. Damn. Cannibal.
He's Foster's. So okay, trashiest thing you've ever done in your life. Now if it's gonna put you in, you know, the 7-year limitation.
What do you mean the 7-year limitation? Where like, I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, basically like, if you did something 7 years ago, they can't charge you for it.
Oh.
The statute of limitations.
No, I haven't. No, that's... I mean, I was promiscuous, I would say, and when I was, like, at the end of high school and going into college.
Yeah, that's pretty much
everybody. Yeah, I guess so. I used to just, I'm trying to think of the trashiest thing.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, sexual.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
No. Like, just... something that you did where you were like, God damn, now that I think about it, that was some stupid shit.
I can't, off the top of my head, think of anything.
Yeah,
I did a lot of, I was stupid. I mean, I did a lot of stupid shit in my first few years of college. But I can't think of anything specifically that I was like, oh, that was really trashy and I'm stupid. Well, I guess,
How many Raging Cajun football games did you go to?
Not very many.
Good.
I'm gonna be honest. I went to a few, but not very many. And I don't know. I'm trying to, God, I feel like I'm boring. But I did,
No.
I mean, I did things and I'm just thinking about all the sexual things that happened.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Have you ever stolen something and gotten away with it? Or gotten caught?
Okay, no. Well, okay, when I was a kid, I tried to steal my friend's bandana and they caught me.
A friend's bandana?
Well, yeah, it was kids. We were all friends. It was 3 boys. And then it was me and my brother. We were all grew up together and I tried to steal the bandana because I wanted it. And they were like, hey, that's our bandana. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize I was holding this still. I was a little kid. I can't think of anything specific, like of value that I stole.
But never from like a store or...
No.
Never?
Shit, I don't think so. No.
I stole a candy bar when I was like probably 9 because I was still going to the store with my dad. And we were at the checkout counter or whatever. And you know how they have all like the fucking, candy bars right there. And I was just like, damn, I want that fucking Twix bar.
So you put it in your pocket?
I just put it in my pocket. And then my dad was like, where did you get that Twix bar? And I was
this
like,
after when you got home? Or this was still in the store?
This was still, we were walking out.
And you started eating it?
And I was that brazen
You're
to
like, I'm gonna
pull
eat
it
this
out.
now.
And I'm just like,
I'm eating it now. I want it.
And then he took me back into the store and
no.
made me go up to the clerk and apologize. Like, like it was a life lesson. And he was like, and you know what? He's not gonna eat candy. My dad's from El Salvador.
I was gonna ask you about that accent.
And he was like, he was incensed. Like, he was like, you do not do that. And, like, I couldn't believe that he wasn't sticking up for me. Like,
It's like, damn it, Dad.
It's like, come
We're
on, give me a
family.
high five.
Yeah, high five me. Come on.
Who the fuck is Brenda, like, checking
you.
us out?
Yeah.
So, I still think about that, and
Did you ever steal anything after that?
I mean...
Oh, you don't want to incriminate yourself? Is that what's happening?
You know, I had... Like you said, with the sexual things back in the day...
Mm-hmm. You were a little bit of a klepto?
Not even that.
No.
It was more like pushing the limits of what I knew was wrong and seeing how far I could get away with it.
Yeah, okay.
You know where Rouse's is right now?
Yeah.
That used to be a fucking nightclub. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. What was it called? I forget what it's called, though.
Me too. But it was a place where they had like, it was like a rap club, and then they had like an 80s club and a country club, and...
Oh shit, I don't even think I ever went to that bar. Or that club, whatever it was. I know that there was one, I don't think I ever went to it though.
Gun to my head, I cannot remember the name of the fucking place.
I feel like it's on the tip, I don't know, no.
It was the trashiest place ever. And...
I feel like I've heard about it. I mean, I knew about it, but I can't think of... Fuck, I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, it didn't last for a reason. Because the owner was sleazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was just, like, happy to be, like, working at a nightclub.
Oh, you worked there?
Yeah, yeah. So...
Damn. How long ago was this? Let's talk about your age a little bit. I'm just kidding. Just joking. We don't have to go there.
I want to say like 20 years ago. So I must have been 18, 19. No, because I would have had to have been 21 at least. So it was like my first experience with a nightclub.
And you were bartending?
And I was barback.
Oh, you were barback, right. Okay.
So I was doing all the dirty work, and that's what it was. They made you wear cowboy hats. Oh my god.
Was it Cowboys? Is that what it was called?
No, it wasn't called Cowboys.
No, because that was a different place. Cowboys is somewhere else.
That's way
the fuck.
You have to get on the interstate to get to Cowboys. And they stay open until like 5 in the morning, and people ride horses.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Cowboys was like the place where you would go...
After the bars closed?
After the bars closed, but
yeah,
they stayed open until 4, so you would risk your life to go...
To another bar for a couple hours.
So retarded.
Retarded. I feel like I went there one time.
Yeah. So,
after the bars closed. Anyway.
But...
What was this place called? Shit.
It's...
Anyway, it doesn't...
Again, doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
But I found a little loophole, and I got me and my boy hired there. And we kind of knew how the operation worked.
So you were able to steal shit?
And we did.
Regularly?
No, we did a really good one-time hit job. And it was just like...
Nobody noticed?
Nobody knew. That was not the reason I got fired. The reason I got fired was because I was like, I don't want to work here anymore, and like I just straight up missed so many shifts.
You were like, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah.
You just quit working.
This place is fucking ridiculous. But it was more of like me realizing this place is such trash that I hope they catch me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted them to fire me because I was just like, I don't like working here. You get there at 9, you get out at 4 in the morning. It's kind of like where we work.
Yeah, where we are now.
But
for the nighttime humans, the night bartenders.
Yeah. But I have a lot more respect for our place than I did then. Yeah. And plus, I'm older.
Right.
You know, and...
But also, like, you had, like, that owner, and you're like, well, fuck him, I don't care. I'm gonna take.
Yeah, and he was a piece of shit too. You know.
So it was like, I'm gonna just take what I want.
Dude, I was like,
do what I want. Well, leave. You only did the stealing thing once, though. You said.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, first I'm gonna get my buddy hired, and then.
What'd you steal? Just money? Was it liquor?
No, it was liquor.
Just a bunch of liquor.
Because we had just figured out.
The money would have been option. I feel like the money would have been more obvious, whereas like liquor.
Oh no! See, okay.
Isn't. It's like, oh, maybe we just had a really busy night.
I don't steal money.
Yeah. Good.
Especially.
Well. Yeah.
Especially. After knowing. How hard people work for that shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then.
Unless they don't work hard for it. Then you don't feel as bad if it's like, oh, they're not going to miss it. No, but I know what you mean.
But even back then, I knew that was like, no, that's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
because I always thought about it like, all right, this is like a corporation. You know, they're the owner's a shitbag. You know, I didn't feel any remorse for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking back on it, I was like, yeah, that was probably a pretty shitty thing to do, but it was more like a fuck you to
the man.
To the man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And not even that
fuck
man.
You, I'm gonna do this.
It was just the man in general, you know, like
the
president or the fucking, you know, whoever.
Yeah, right.
But I'm trying to think of, you know, like, how can you rationalize stealing money from a person who's earned that money and then coming back into work and staring them in the face and...
Yeah.
And we're not going to name names here, but...
Right.
We've worked with...
Yeah. Someone. Yeah. You can't show your face there anymore. They burn a lot of bridges, too. When you're stealing from somebody that you know that, like, they're the people that work hard for their money, and then you take it. And it's like, okay, that just, no.
That's unforgivable and really ballsy.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
Really?
But also it's like, yeah, but also it's like you burn bridges with people that were your friends, but you stole from people that are, you know, working to make
busting ass
just to you know, pay fucking bills even. You know, it's like I'm just working to get my shit covered, and you're gonna steal from that person. It's just kind of like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I mean
that's some people just don't.
Some people
they just feel like they have to for some reason. I don't know. It's ridiculous, but
yeah, at a certain age, you should be over that shit.
Yeah, grow up and grow out of it, kind of thing. I never really was into the. I don't know. I never really stole, and I can't even fucking remember. My memory is garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't remember ever specifically, other than the fucking bandana. I don't remember ever specific. I just remember I was like kind of trying. I was like, oh shit, they caught me. I don't remember ever specifically stealing anything like that of really any worth.
Right.
Really, after that,
it must have been a really badass bandana.
I might steal this jar of money.
Dude, take that and the Pringles. All right.
I can have the Pringles too.
So okay,
kidding.
What's your go-to trash food? Like, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but god damn, it tastes so good. I love
snacks. So everything, all the chips and I don't know, like Pringles are fucking awesome. I don't know. I mean, I don't really eat super healthy all the time, so
right.
I love snacking, and I can't think of like the worst thing.
But I feel like you have like the metabolism to where you can kind of get away with it, right? Do you have like a weight issue where like you're like weighing yourself and you're like, oh my god, I'm so fat, or because you're not, but I know girls.
Well, I'm not really as concerned about it as I used to be. I used to be kind of concerned, and I'm like, oh shit, because just I grew up in an environment where judgment was kind of a, you know, thing, and like weight was a thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess everybody does, but as I've gotten older, I'm more comfortable with myself, I guess, and so.
Also,
I mean, I did lose weight though, a few years ago. When I was diagnosed with MS, which I have, not a big deal, but I lost like 35 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But I was also, at that time, probably my heaviest. I drank like a bottle of wine a night. I don't know. I was just drinking a lot. And then wine. And that's like, like that stuff, I like to drink, but I was just drinking a lot. And just not really giving a fuck. And then, I was at that time, I was working at a digital marketing agency. And so I was like at a desk. This was right after Target. Because I also I was a general manager at a hotel. Like, I did a bunch of various things. But I was working at a digital marketing agency. And so I was sitting at a desk a lot. And so that, I wasn't active. I wasn't moving around during the day at all. And then I'd go home and drink a whole bottle of wine. I loved my wine. And then I stopped, like completely stopped doing that. Like, I was like, I can't drink anything right now because there was something wrong. I was like, there's something wrong with me. I lost 35 pounds. It was
That's insane. I mean, it's impressive, but also the MS thing, like, I just learned about it because of, I just now caught up on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
It's been 25 years, and me and my girl just binged it.
Yeah.
And then,
I haven't actually watched The Sopranos.
Trust me. It's
worth it.
It's
yeah. I mean, I've heard about it. I've heard that it's great. So
you got to get through the first season, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, I have to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. The next season. Moving on. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because my girl's from New York.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I lived there for 5 years, and then
5 years. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, and then. Just the accents and all the, gabagool and all that, you get into the
lingo and
if
the
anything,
accents.
Yeah, it made us, like, miss
that.
And, it kind of took place in Jersey, but they did shit in Manhattan and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, the weight loss, it happens with MS, and the girl that plays Meadow in Sopranos, her name is Jamie Lynn Sigler.
I don't know. Jamie.
Anyway, she has MS.
In real life or in the show?
No, in real life.
In real life. Well, I will say this, I don't think that MS necessarily causes weight loss. I lost weight because I was like, okay, maybe it's the drinking that's the problem. Because I thought it was a circulation or something. I was like, well, shit, maybe I should stop drinking. And so I did. And I didn't even realize it. And my appetite kind of went to shit too. But it didn't necessarily have to do with MS. It just kind of all happened because I was noticing symptoms. I stopped, like, my habits changed, I should say.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, so she has MS. And you know who else has it? Christina Applegate has it. And
they started a podcast together.
Selma, what's her name, has it? Selma
Hayek?
Blair?
Oh.
No, she is not a very super. I mean, she's an actress. She was in a.
Selma Blair.
She was in a Fatal
Wait,
was it Attraction? That high school movie that. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it.
Well, she hasn't done much since.
Anyway, yeah, no, she actually has it pretty bad. She's got. Poor thing. She's got trouble talking. It sounds like she's out of breath every time she talks.
Fuck.
It can affect every part of your body.
Right.
Anyway, it can affect your speech. It can affect your eyes and your ears or your any mobilities of any type. It's weird, but that's why it's hard to diagnose because so many people, it happens. It's different for other people. A lot of people, some people just are in pain constantly. It can, like, fuck with your joints and stuff. Anyway.
Well, when I went to the neurologist, he was like, so do you drink a lot? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, that can fuck with, these kind of things.
That's what I first thought when I was, but then the MS ended up happening, and then I've talked to my neurologist recently, and he's like, you need to stop drinking, and I was like, but how about I just like cut back on drinking? I'm not going to stop drinking, and he's like, well, because the cognitive stuff and drinking so much can mess with your brain cells, and I'm like, but okay, I'll cut back. That's all I can promise is that I'll cut back.
Yeah, because the world's probably going to end in like 5-10 years.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. It's not looking good for us. I'm not going to lie.
What do you think happens when we die?
I don't want to think about it.
I know, but...
That's your question. And I want to say there's something after, but I just, like, logically speaking, it just doesn't seem like it. Well, no, because then there's people that say that they have, talked to people that have passed and stuff like that. And it's like people that know things that no other human knows. And I'm like, well, wait, now that makes me question stuff.
Right. And then there have been people that have had near-death experiences and they come back and they're like, I feel better than ever. Like, I'm so happy to be alive because I know what's going to happen after this. And
it's not good?
No, it's good.
Oh, because it is good.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole idea of, like, this is good. Like, I'm okay. I'm not worried about death.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Exactly. They like, find some sort of peace, or they kind of, like, tip their toe into the afterlife.
After thing. Mm-hmm.
And then, by the grace of...
whoever.
I don't say God, because I don't necessarily believe in that.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm kind of with you on that. It's like, it's hard. I grew up in a Catholic when I was a kid. My parents weren't religious, but I went to a Catholic school until I was in 8th grade just because they wanted me to have like decent like moral grounding, I guess, as a kid. And I appreciate that, but they weren't ever very religious. And I was for a little while, like kind of into it. And then I got out of it because I was like, okay, no, I really want to think for myself. And a lot of it, it's just hard to understand. Like, for example, I would go to religion class and they talk about, all this stuff and like how the earth was created and stuff. And then I'd go to science class and it's like, well, where the fuck were the dinosaurs in this whole timeline? Where were they?
Exactly.
And it threw me off as a kid. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I don't understand. Anyway, I want to believe in something else out there. I just don't know what, really.
The only problem with religion that I have is that it causes wars.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of deaths have happened over religion.
For no fucking reason.
Unnecessarily, yes.
Than just thinking that you're right and they're wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? And then the other part of it is when your parents force religion down your throat and you're afraid to death to not fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go to hell because I just jerked off.
Like the Puritans and stuff. There was a movie I saw where it's like the kids laughed and this little girl's like, y'all are all going to hell because you're happy about something. The Puritans, because they were so strict about like anything, almost like anything that makes you happy is fucking wrong. And so it's like these kids were laughing and this little girl's like, y'all are all going to hell. You're not supposed to be laughing right now. Let's go pray. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah. You can't enjoy your life at all. A lot of people thought that way, like back then.
Trust me, a lot of people still think that way, and that's frightening.
It is. But I mean, there isn't another side to it. Like, I don't think ill of anyone that has a religious background.
Because I think some people need it.
Right, and I think that's great because a lot of it'll make a person, they act a certain way, but they're like happy and good. It's like, as long as you enjoy your life and you're a good person, then be you, do what you want, believe what you want. Right. As long as it's not harming another person and you're happy and you're like at peace with, what you believe and it's not fucking with anybody else and you maybe are making other people happy in the process, then cool. I'm with it. Do what you want to do and that's fine. It's just whenever it gets like
shoved down your
aggressive
throat.
And almost to a point of violent because like, all the wars and shit that happen from it. So it's like as long as it's a positive thing, then cool. I'm with you. Enjoy it. Do what you want to do. Believe what you want to believe. And I think that's great. Once it starts to get aggressive and violent and like people are like, getting pissed off about it, because that's the thing. It's like, don't talk about politics and religion. Like, those are two like major things where it's like, don't discuss that because it'll cause so many arguments. And that's when it's like, well, then,
yeah,
then like let's just not deal with it. Let's just do away with it. If it's going to make people pissed, if it's going to piss people off, then I don't know. Just leave it alone. Yeah. It
helps some people.
Yeah.
And then it turns other people into fucking morons.
Yeah. And it's like this, it's making you almost worse. It's like you're making you as a person worse because of the way you're acting based on your religion. And it's like, that's frustrating. But yeah, but as long as like you're a happy person and a positive person and you believe what you want to believe, like, that's fine. I don't know. There's two sides to it, kind of like some people are aggressively throwing it down your face, aggressive about it, and it's like
you have to go to church.
If you don't believe this, you're going to hell. And it's like, okay, hold up. But I'm not a murdering bad person. It's like, I believe in good people and kindness. Right. So what the fuck? Like, what have I done?
Yep.
That I'm going to, you know what I mean? It's just really weird. It's a weird.
It's what do they call it?
It's an interesting topic.
Anomaly.
Is it? Yeah, I guess.
You just.
To each their own. I mean, but...
My favorite thing is the gay part of it. Where it's like, oh, if you're gay, you're going to hell. And it's like, that's so fucked up to say, man.
It really is.
Come on.
It's very fucked up to say that, yeah. No, and I don't agree with that at all. And it's like, why? Because they love who they want to love, and it's wrong? Like, why? What the fuck is wrong about it? They love somebody. It's not a...
Yeah.
Like, doesn't mean that they're horrible. I mean, it's like they love someone. That's a good fucking thing. That they, that they have that or whatever. It's just, I don't know. People are just very close-minded and stupid.
Also, I do like to say the word gay. Like, okay, so, that's gay. I just dropped my remote.
Yeah.
I grew up.
Me too.
In the era where, if something didn't go your way, it was like, fuck, that's gay.
Yeah, me too. I remember that.
But it didn't mean, oh, that's homosexual.
No, it didn't.
Right?
It was, and it's weird because it was the word, like, there are a bunch of different meanings for gay. Like, gay is like happy. And, I'm very gay about this. I'm very excited and happy about it or whatever. And then there's, the homosexual version. But then I feel like there's a whole nother meaning, and it is slang, and it isn't, I guess it's like, oh, that's gay. Like, oh, that's not good, which sucks because that's not supposed to be associated with like homosexual, with like your I guess, whatever you.
Yeah. And
I can't think of the word right now. I don't know but yeah, it's I grew up in that era too, where it's like you just say it like it was just something that just you said, and then it's like, oh shit, and it's like, okay, it's not.
Now it's like, oh shit.
Because it's not. Back then, I never associated it with with the
never
LGBTQ.
How it was intended.
I don't think it was either necessarily. Back then, I was a kid too,
right.
And now it's like, okay, now I understand that. Because it's also considered, it's like the homosexual. It's like, okay, that's, saying, oh, that's gay shouldn't be a bad thing.
Right.
I don't know. It can be offensive, and I understand how it is. But there are so many meetings. Also, we were kids, and it's just like, oh, that's gay, and it just kind of was something that you just said and still say, even. If,
so we should start saying, all right. So I'm gonna drop my remote control. Oh man, that's so straight.
That's so straight. Exactly.
Like.
Yeah. It's interesting that... Yeah, that's straight. Oh, that's straight. Because that wouldn't... I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just... There's different meanings for it. And I feel like in the slang version does offend people. And we don't say... I mean, generally...
Yeah.
You don't say it really anymore unless you're...
And look...
By yourself, I guess you could say it. But it's not meant to be offensive at all to anybody. It's not... That's not the goal at all. And it's kind of sucks that's... the situation kind of that's happened. And
I don't want to be like that dude that's like, I have a lot of gay friends and I have a lot of black friends.
Yeah.
To try to get myself, like some sort of white guy pass where I can
like I'm off the hook I can say whatever.
Yeah, no, dude.
No.
Like, I totally get where people would be offended by it, but also
I understand it too, but
that's how I grew up, and
it's almost like a habit, sort of.
I'm trying to
break it, or at least say don't say it in public. I guess it's kind
Look,
of the thing. I don't know. It's not meant to offend, and that sucks though, because it does,
point.
And that's the thing. It's not at all intended to offend people. And you're right. Like, I'd be like, oh, that's straight. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just sort of like something that just comes off that's just something.
Yeah, like if
say with like almost subconsciously or unconsciously, like just saying it.
If somebody, I'm trying to think of an instance, but basically like, man, I can't work for you tonight. I'll be like, oh, that's straight. Like, yeah, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. But then
then if
I know, because it's like that's good. Oh, it's straight because it's good.
Right. But then if it's like,
if you said, oh, that's gay, they'd be like, well, sorry, man. You know? Right. I hate to say that.
But I'm not saying, oh, that's homosexual.
No, yeah, but you're not saying that. It's almost like two different words to me in those cases. Like, it's like, okay, it has multiple different meanings. Like, gay can also mean happy and all that stuff. It's like there's just multiple meanings in it.
Or fag can be a cigarette.
Yeah.
In Britain.
Right. Right. And it's not meant to be. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like it's a totally different meaning that's not supposed to like have any sort of parallel to a homosexual. You know what I mean, or how they think.
Well, I'm glad we're on the same page. Allison Nelson, thank you so much for coming and doing the podcast.
Of course. I'm sorry. I know some of it was kind of boring.
No. Trust me, I was not a good interviewer because I just worked.
No.
You just worked.
We both just worked. I enjoyed the interview. I'm just sorry. I apologize in advance if I was boring.
No.
This was a boring podcast.
Trust me.
Some of it.
We'll run it back again.
Yeah.
This is perfect. Okay. And
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun.
Thank you for
There were a lot of really cool topics too. Sorry.
Thank you for dealing with my retardism. See, that's another one. Can't say retard anymore. But I'm calling myself a retard.
What is it? It's supposed to be politically
disabled
incorrect. Yeah, no, that's another thing. Yeah, no, you're retarded.
I'm literally walking around like a retard. All right. Yeah. But I can't say that.
You can call yourself that.
There we
right?
Go.
I feel like it's okay if you're saying that to yourself. I don't know. I get it.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Don't die.